So this is going to be some construction going on up here. I think this is where they are going to be blocking this off at some point. Welcome in, welcome in. Walking down the side view at Bellagio. Robert, good morning, buddy. How you doing? Right by Bellagio here. This eventually will be closed off. Tasha, good morning. Trying to figure out where I want to go and grab some coffee from. Tons of workers up here getting ready for F1 at the grandstands. You can see them all in their bright ass yellow vest. Here's the grandstands there. Trying to think. Maybe we'll do duck donuts for breakfast. To get a coffee and a donut, maybe. I don't know. Ryan, what's up? Welcome in. This is all everybody getting ready for the F1 event here at the grandstand. Surprised they haven't shut that down yet. We shall wait. So this makes it a little bit more difficult to turn into the Bellagio because they got all that construction going on right there. But it's doable. Alan, how's it going, man? How was your flight back? And it was. Thanks for the Hello Kitty. We'll wait. I don't think 10 seconds is enough to get across the strip. So the airport wasn't that bad then? I know there's been a lot of questions about what's going on at McCarran, or I'm sorry, Harry Reid. I'll forever probably call it McCarran. But the wait wasn't too bad. Putting up some of the black fencing here. That's the fencing that keeps the people away from the track area. This black fencing. So everybody has to come up here and make a U-turn because you can't turn. Kristen, welcome back. Sometimes zooming in and out on YouTube is a little bit more difficult. That was easy peasy, good to hear, Alan. I'll be able to tell people that we had one of our chatters go through the airport there and they had no problems. It is. You know what, maybe we should walk up that way and I'll show you guys the mess. Let's show you guys the mess that they made up here at the intersection of Harmon and the Strip, right at the end of Cosmo. Karen, welcome in. Karen Sue, awesome. Thanks for coming over. Glitter and Coffee to 10 years. They have not agreed to 10 years. They agreed to extend it 2 more years after this. They're reevaluating every so often. So they never agreed to a full 10 years. They agreed to up to 10 years with reevaluations. or at least that's the deal that they signed back in August, was for 2 more years extension. Now the biggest problem is going to come in 2 years, because in 2 years I believe the track, yeah, originally it was 10 years. They said they were going to sign for 10 years, but then I think they did a 3-year agreement, reevaluate, 2-year agreement, reevaluate. At the end of 5 years, I think the strip needs, the whole circuit needs to get repaved again. So if that happens, that's going to be the real mess up. Yeah, there's a lot of money that this makes and gets put into it. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you just roll with it. You know what I mean? It's gotten better. This year hasn't been as bad as the past 2 years. The first year was absolutely horrible. Last year, they made some improvements. This year, with the way they were setting up the track and the barricades and stuff, it's the last week or two that are the worst 2 weeks. So they have this whole area right here. This intersection is a very busy intersection, and you can't make a left turn onto it if you're coming south on the strip. So it's a real pain. This intersection affects me probably the most out of all the intersections that they mess up. Oh, they added some more overpass blocking. They love what's going on. So guys, thank you all so much. We have topped the 500 subscribers on our channel yesterday. I appreciate everyone who subscribed, who followed us over from TikTok, or those of you who have found us on YouTube. I appreciate the support. Welcome to our community, the Neon City Chatters. That is what our chat group is called. It's a great community. Feel free to ask your questions, introduce yourself, where you're from, when's the next time you're coming to Vegas. We try to answer as many questions as we can. Blackie Sanchez, what's going on? So yeah, so you're forced to turn and go down the strip. So if you normally would go east on Harmon, work that way, you really need to find another way. I got caught in this the other morning, was almost late for work. But you can see they blocked off your line of vision because that is the actual track area right there. The east side of Harmon is where the cars will turn down and head up the track. So and then on the top they have both sides of the pedestrian overpass blocked off so that you can't see. And then they'll have security, maybe metro stationed at the top so people can't stop and just watch. I know this does look horrible. They do it so that people don't gather up here and watch. You know, they say it's for public safety, but we know it's for profit. More free spots people can watch, the less they'll make. So they try to block out every angle that they can, which I think is kind of BS. And it does really affect, you know, how the strip looks. I mean, I feel like I'm walking through a subway tunnel right now. Yeah. You know? I mean, they even put, let's check this out up here. Right, they have the panels up here so you can't see. Right? Goes down. I forget what they do for the escalators. This may be like one of the only spots that you kind of get a view, but they just keep you moving. If you've seen the videos from the past years, you'll see how crazy it gets. Vonda, what's going on? There's a lot of people that come out to try to get a peek. They're working on the ones over there. That'll get a blockage too. Alan, we do not judge on how people spell or say things, especially me. That's a much better spelling of claustrophobic than I probably would have had. So last night, me and Jay, we were doing some Amazon reviews because, you know, we're affiliates on Amazon, and I left my other gimbal turned on. So this is my backup gimbal, and I just had to switch it over in between streams because the other one was starting to flash red. So if this one moves around a little bit more, it's because I'm not used to the controls. This is my original one. Josh, what's going on, buddy? Pinup Pizza has a special here. What's it say? $5.99 pizza slice. I don't think that's a bad price for a pizza right on the strip. They're pretty decent size slices too. But yeah, so whoop, it's Carbria, what's going on? Yeah, the timeshare people out here are really trying to up their hustle. They've I mean, we walk through and they're like, hey, and I'm like, I'm a local, and they're like, yeah, but still, and it's like, dude, no, like, you know, I understand people need to you know, make some money, but oh, this is pretty good here at PF Chang's. They have breakfast 8 a.m. to 11, $14.99. That's a new one, I think. 9 p.m. to close, late night happy hour, $6 drinks, DJs, good vibes only. Oh man, there we go. Me and Jay will definitely have to check that out, let you guys know. Meadows, yes, Vegas in the morning is one of our favorite things to do. It's a smaller slice and only cheese. Okay, Kristen, where's a good pizza spot on the strip? Inside the food court in Planet Hollywood, there's a new spot called Carnegie Pizza. That's really good pizza. I forget about the slices are maybe about $8, something like that. Eli for poker, Whittier, California, checking in there, eh? Nice. So yeah, just, you know, just politely decline the character, people. You know, that's what I normally say. You know, just say no thanks and keep walking. You know, I try to avoid them at all costs, even when I'm live streaming. You know, them, the showgirls. But hey, if you want to spend the money, go ahead and spend the money. It's going to cost you probably about $40 each person is what they want, I think. So it's probably like an $80 pitcher. So what spot is that, Alan, at New York, New York? I think you were telling me about that. I know there's that one like Italian restaurant, bar, like Fornea, I think it's called. They have a really good happy hour. You can get some personal pizzas in there for about $13, and they're actually, you could probably 2 people. Churrasco's in New York, New York is awesome. That's probably the spot Alan's talking about. Alan, did you check out the that breakfast burrito in New York, New York I was telling you about? Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, if you're working off of tips, it should just be whatever the person gives you, you know what I mean? Or have a sign that says, this is how much I expect for a pitcher, you know. So, Murakami, look what the cat drug in, everybody. Murakami finally decided to join us today. Oh, this was that burrito I was telling you had the corned beef, pastrami, Swiss cheese, and egg. It's a delicious breakfast burrito. I thought that 20 sounds like a decent tip. Murakami, you probably have about 500 notifications for the live over on TikTok this morning. I think everyone in the chat sent you one. You're in hibernation. No, it's all good. It's all good, brother. Yeah, I mean, that Greenberg's Deli is really good no matter what you're getting. I've gotten the bagel sandwiches, pretty good. So I was just saying thank you to everyone that just came in. Welcome to our chat today. I'm Jimmy, Neon City Walkers. Jay may be on later. She'll just stop in the chat from time to time. She's usually out with me at night. So we are Neon City Walkers. We like to bring you Las Vegas, live streams, good vibes, good happy hours we like to talk about. One thing we will not bring you is like food. We're not food critics. We don't do food reviews. We'll tell you if something tastes good, you know. But other than that, you know, we just try to give good advice overall about Vegas and live stream as much as we possibly can. Give you guys a real-time feel for what Vegas is like. So welcome in. Hit that subscribe button. Hit those alarms, get notified when we post some content, go on our live streams, and welcome to the community. You guys in the chat are the Neon City chatters, because me and Jay walk, you guys talk. This is one of the best chats, if not the best chat, that you'll find. We try to keep it flowing, answer all the questions that we can. Give you guys, encourage you guys to talk to each other, give each other all the tips and tricks about Vegas that you can. Thank you for all the notifications. Murakami, I did not tell them to do that. Everyone noticed that you weren't on and was like, I said, oh, I just sent Murakami a notification, and everybody said, so did I. So you were missed. I think you were missed more than I was. Yeah, it was a great weekend for you, Alan. I'm not saying who it was because I'm not going to throw mud under the bus, but someone said that we should take away your my duties for being late, a no call, no show. But I'm not saying who that was. I want to go see if Duck Donuts is open. Oh, Murakami wasn't in trouble. Murakami, everybody oversleeps. Murakami does so much that it's cool. I wanted to oversleep this morning, but I had to be up here to drop my son off for his work, and that's why I'm hoping they're open. I forget what time they open, because they should be open, but it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't open until 9 o'clock. That's what I said. I said, you know, Maybe we'll just give Murakami a couple points or something, like a point. And someone, I'm not saying who their name is, but they were just like, take their mod duties and push the door. I don't think they're open yet. No, they're not open yet. Oh, yes, they are. That was just a dark door. All right, let's go we're going to get one of these this morning. Now, I did get a donut topped milkshake one time from here. That was awesome. Oh, that's a good special right there. Buy 4 donuts, get 2 free. Yeah, so I'm just going to get a regular drip coffee with my donut now. Unfortunately, I lost my card, so I can't use the kiosk because I have to pay cash. How much are the 4 donuts? I'm gonna have to ask. I know they're kind of pretty pricey, but definitely worth it. So a half dozen is 20 bucks. 2 donuts is 10. So I wonder if there's a special. Which donut should I get? There's the donuts up there. The maple bacon one is so good. French toast. No, 4, I think. I'm going to ask. Good morning, how are you? Can I just get a medium hot coffee, regular black coffee, and then a chocolate. What's bacon in the sun?
All our donuts are going to be listed here. So the bacon in the sun is going to be this one here.
That one there.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll do the chocolate explosion.
Chocolate explosion.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, that'll be it for
Name
now.
for order?
Jimmy.
Thank you.
And then, how much are the 4 donuts?
Well, with the 4 donuts, it's the same price as a half dozen.
Okay. Okay.
You pay for 4, you get 2 of them for free.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Did you want to do that, or you just?
No,
want
I
the
just
one
want the
for
one
right
now.
Okay.
For now.
$13 even. One on this one. And you said regular black.
Yeah, just regular black.
There you go.
Great, thank you. Yeah, she did, Layla. I know. That's what I say too.
Coffee?
Oh, yep. Great, thank you. So there's all the toppings. So if you've never seen, the donuts come out of that machine right there. They drop down into the oil, and then they put all the toppings on over here. They got the claw machine. So they got a lot of really cool ducks in here. So if you're like one of those people that collect ducks for your Jeep or whatever to give out with the Jeep, then that is this is the spot to go. There's all kinds of really cool ones that I've never seen before. So, EMS. Sports analyst. Brent, good morning. Yeah, so when you order them, they make them right there in that machine, and then they bring them over here and put the toppings that you get on them. Yeah, that's a better deal for them than it is for us, right? I mean, we didn't get anything out of that deal. You're just paying the same price as a half dozen. So if 2 or 10, yeah, so I guess it should be, if 2 or 10, it should be normally $30, right? 4 or 6. They do that with the Mini Coopers too. I did not know that. So this is actually a really cool bar too. Smelly Cat is a karaoke bar. They're pretty streamer friendly. We've gone in there a few times. A lot of fun. Just buy a Jeep. People will give you those for free. You know what? I have owned several Jeeps and I've never gotten a duck. Is there like a secret like code that you have to do? I even had a Jeep one time that we drove all the way across the country, and Master Donuts, we'll have to try out Master Donuts. Take a ride there one day. Your daughter won't let you toss the ducks? I mean, they're pretty cool little, like, it's a cool little concept, I guess, you know, it's something fun. Yeah, I got a GMC Sierra. That's my truck. It's an old truck too. I mean, it's a 2000, but I've taken pretty good care of it. It's only got about 156,000 miles on it. Yeah, I was talking to a guy I work with. He's all into that Jeep culture, and he has a lot of fun with doing it. He has a bunch of them.
Caitlin? Thank you.
They drop out over into that little spinny thing. They just drizzle the stuff on. Nice. We'll get him when he makes ours.
Corey? Thank you. You're welcome.
I don't think so, Layla. I think that got canceled. They couldn't come. They couldn't get the funds. So that lady that gave the interview kind of overstated how financed she was. But I gotta read a little bit more about it. So here you can see them how they make them. Yeah, it's a really cool concept, except it does take a while for the process. So if there's a lot of people in line, it might be the place to kind of skip, you know, especially if the person in front of you orders like a dozen, it's going to take forever. Oh, there we go again. Backup gimbal, bad control angle here. I think this one's ours.
Jimmy?
Yep. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I need to grab. I definitely know I need to grab some napkins here. Grab some napkins. Let me see that. There we go. All right. Let's check out our donut here. Now, I remember one time I got a dozen or so of these. There we go. Look at that. Fresh made. It's still warm. All right. There we are. This is actually, I mean, these are really good. So, and they're warm, so they come out warm. But they're a mess because see, like the chocolate is still melting. Like I said, I don't do food reviews, but I'll tell you how dessert tastes. I mean, they're really good. I think they're worth it. If you want to wait in the line and they have two of them. I know that they're in other spots, Alan, so I don't know if you guys really care to watch me eat, but just wanted to show you. I mean, they are a mess, so. I should do coffee reviews. Yeah, coffee reviews would be cool. Jeez. Oh yeah, I'm not sponsored too, by the way, right? You guys just saw me pay this stuff, so we always me and Jay pay for our stuff. And if we ever do anything that's sponsored, you know, we disclose that so that you can make your own decision to believe us or not. So here's the coffee. Comes in a nice cup. It's not as cute as the Hello Kitty one. Yeah, we should do that, Layla. That's definitely like. So I did notice that Fulton Street inside Harrah's lowered the prices of their coffee. A small coffee is now, I think, $4.99, and a large coffee, I think, is $5.99. Used to be like $7.99 or $8.99 for a large. All right. I'm a fast eater too. I always got stuff to do. Go throw this away. All right, let's go walk. There we go. Yeah, there's some very overpriced coffee on the strip that's definitely not worth it. But yeah, I should do that. I should go around to all the different coffee shops can't do it all in one day though, because I think that may over caffeinate me a little bit. Even though I normally don't have a problem having multiple cups of coffee in a day. Yeah, we were at Cafe Lola in the Forum Shops, right? When was I there? I was there a long time, like a while ago. I think when we just first started doing this stuff. It was pretty good. It's a little bit pricey, to be honest. So no, that is. This is why Vegas always looks so clean. They're out here squirting down Old Red. Yes, the Neon City Caffeinators. I thought it was good. I thought it was good coffee. Thought it was a little bit more on the pricier side. And you know, I don't necessarily like mind paying more for stuff. But it was decent. Now I had the, what was it? I forget what I had for dessert in there. So I don't even want to say, but it was pretty good. Tiffany, welcome in. So they do work on these things. These guys, I mean, that's a tough job. I would not want to have that job, to be honest with you. You know, I know that the escalators out here are always broken, but that's a tough job, man. Them guys are working on some pretty gnarly stuff when they start taking them apart. I mean, this will get covered up too, by the way, guys, but not both sides because you can't see the race from down there. Now, I normally won't judge a place on coffee by one time, right? Because I feel like if you judge it, one cup of coffee could just be a bad batch of coffee, or maybe they put too much of a syrup in it. You know, a lot of places everything's like kind of pre-measured out, so we're I always like to try to do coffee a couple times before I decide whether or not I like the coffee. I'm not sure on that Murakami. Like I said, so when we went, it was probably right before we were doing the TikToks and stuff like that. But so it wasn't really like paying that much attention to it as much as we do now when we go somewhere. You know, it was prior to us making content. I can tell you. Maybe we'll have to do that one night as like a date night or something. Me and Jay go to like Cafe Lola or skies are really, really gray. That's just not the netting. Cosmic sunbeams, what's the temperature? Temperature is probably just about 60 right now. Maybe one of our fine chatters can give us a temperature update. $64. It feels a little bit cooler. I guess because it's a lot of cloud cover, we're not really feeling the heat. Yesterday at 64, I had my jacket off because the sun was out. Oh, we got a temperature debate, 60, 64. So this is the little courtyard at Caesars here. This is usually really empty during the day, early morning. I mean, it's still, what time is it, 8:30-ish? It's only about 8:30 this morning, so still not seeing a lot of people out. What time did it start to get busy yesterday on the live stream? More towards like 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's when more and more people come out. Looks like they got the fountains off at Caesars. Usually when they're doing that, they're cleaning them or something. This is a very peaceful spot. Okay, whoop. Jeez. So this gimbal that I'm using, my backup gimbal, which I'm actually researching now to get a new gimbal as soon as I can afford it. Joanna, welcome in. Yeah, let's go with lower 60s. I mean, the fountains area here is very peaceful when the fountains aren't going off. But I'm looking at a new gimbal, but this is my original gimbal that I started streaming with, and the rotation button is right at the bottom of the handle, and it's very, very touchy. So that's why the phone just rotated there. Now, I'm looking, I don't know, maybe like a Scorp or a Hold'em. Yeah, I saw the Fortuna yacht over at Bellagio when we were over there earlier. Bears, what's going on? So this is, I mean, this is just peaceful. These could be like reflecting waters, like in DC. Fortuna? We're bears. Or Joanna. Which name? Yacht? Well, well, how would you say it? I thought it was like Watt, like W-A-T with a Y. I thought that's how you pronounced it. No, the deal with the yacht, the Fortuna, is you have to be a invited guest, apparently. I know, what is it, like the force? I don't even know. I'm not even gonna. You guys are making fun of me. That's it. I'm ending my live. You guys are bullying me and being mean. What was I talking about the other day? Well, with the water. With the water, when I said, I was talking and said I got a great deal over at ABC, and I said it even included the Fuji water instead of Fiji. No, I know, right? No, I know. It's all good. We have a lot of fun in here, so it's all good. Even if you are making fun of me, I'm okay with that. I have not had a good tuna sandwich since I moved from Philly. I don't know what it is. All the tuna sandwiches that I've tried out here have been really salty. Like, I think, I don't think you should put salt on a tuna fish sandwich. But a lot of stuff out here gets really salty. I don't know why. Maybe it's the water. Yeah, I think we were right here. I'm not sure if we were. I think we may have been on TikTok, and somebody started complaining about paying $13, $12 for a water, and things like that. And I was like, dude, like, why would you be paying that much money for water? Go to ABC stores, you know, CVS, Walgreens, you know, like if you pay a price after you see how much it is and you think it's expensive, why would you, don't complain about it. Pickles are good. Is there a good cheesesteak in Vegas? Yeah, so far I have found Paulie's cheesesteaks up off of Craig Road in the northwest section. Pretty good. Over at the Rio, there is a Tony Luke's, which is a, I don't know if it's a franchise or whatever, but the original Tony Luke's is in Philadelphia. And it actually does taste very, very similar to the original Tony Luke's in Philadelphia, which was in my top 5 cheesesteaks in Philadelphia. How did I get Fuji water at ABC stores? Okay, so sometimes my brain is just going so fast, and I'm talking to people, and I'm like, just for some reason, instead of saying Fiji water, I said Fuji water, and I kept going with it for a second until Jay looked at me and I went, oh, did I just say Fuji water? And then from there, for the rest of the live, every time I said Fiji water, I had to think for a second to consciously say Fiji, not Fuji. Oh, that's nice to know, Alan. $3 bottles of water in the vending machines at New York, New York. I'll have to check that out. So my son, you know, my kids are vegetarian. Jay's vegetarian. So, but my son makes these vegetarian cheesesteaks, which is kind of like sacrilegious, but they are actually really good. I think he uses Beyond Meat for them. So, but yeah, is that the same, the Philly cheesesteak meat, is that the same that they sell at the Walmarts? Because I have gotten some good cheesesteak meat at Walmart and made my own. That's the same at Mandalay Bay? Yes, Fiji cameras are good cameras, and the Fuji water is really good water. Hey, we just make up our own stuff around here. And what's funny is we all know what we're talking about. Meadows, according to the internet, well, Woods Family Sandwiches. We'll have to check that out. Now, there's a cheesesteak place down in Henderson that I kind of want to check out too. And then there's another one not far from me up in North Las Vegas. What? That is absolutely insane. So that's one of those things that we talk about that Vegas can fix, right? So for resort fees, like one of the things that I think will make people maybe not like so angry about resort fees is make sure all the hotel rooms have the have refrigerators, right? Because people go out to eat, they're spending a lot of money. I'm just gonna go walk now. They're spending a lot of money, and if you don't eat all your dessert or all your food, at least you can take it back to the hotel room, put it in a mini fridge that works, right? Another thing that they could do, put coffee makers in the rooms, right? Every single room in Vegas should have a coffee maker. Yeah, take a picture and send it to me. I'm always on the lookout for good Philly cheesesteaks, because I'll tell you what, they're even hard to find in Philly sometimes. Right, so if you had a perceived value that you were getting something for your resort fee and they lowered the resort fees down, right, there's no reason you should be paying a $50 resort fee at a place like Harrah's or The Link or Excalibur, right? That's outrageous. You know, that takes the whole budget value hotel status out of it, I think, So, but if you were giving people something in the rooms that they felt like they were getting something in return, maybe you wouldn't hear as many complaints about the resort fees, even if they were lower. Now, that's something that Vegas could fix on their own. There's things that Vegas can't fix, that gets into the political realm, which I don't really like to talk about because people have very strong opinions and don't know how to explain themselves as adults sometimes. Yeah, and the Wi-Fi in most of the places suck, Alan. I mean, I work in hotel maintenance, and I don't know how many times we get calls because people are like, my Wi-Fi is not working, and somebody will go up and check it, and they're like, oh no, it's working, and it's just really slow, But also think, and I'm not defending them, I'm just explaining something here. When you go to a place like the Venetian or the Palazzo that has over 7,000 rooms, that's bigger than a lot of communities. So, there's a lot of infrastructure that goes on in these buildings that I think we forget about sometimes. You don't trust the coffee makers in the rooms. You know what? I've never thought of that, Kristen, and now I hope I don't next time I make coffee in my room. I'll have to sterilize it or something, I guess. So these black strips here up here, those will roll down and that'll try to block the view. Now, you can somewhat see through it. Yeah, that's true, Jen. Tattoo, yeah. I know that I use the free Wi-Fi in some of these places when I'm in there because you don't get the cell service. So if you need your phone, Venetian does have some of the worst Wi-Fi, even for I'm just visiting. So that's another trick that you can use, right? If you're staying at a hotel and let's just say it's you, your wife, and you each have a phone, you each have a laptop, and they only allow 5 devices, right? And you have your kids with you, right? You eat up those 5 or 6 devices that they allow on the Wi-Fi in the room, registered to the room. If you do I'm just visiting and not put in the room, you can sign those other devices onto those, but you have to sign in every day. That's only good for 24 hours, those I'm just visiting. So you'd have to sign in every day on the other devices. It's called Philly Cheesesteak Factory. I'll check that out. Do we get good casino perks if you work in the casino? Not really. You're not allowed to play where you work. Well, at least I'm not allowed to play where I work. And I guess the one good thing is I could park where I work and then, for free. But then they know what time I'm in and out. So if I call off of work the next day, I worry that they're going to look and say, hey, wait, he used his badge to leave the parking lot at 3 a.m. You do get some decent room rates at other properties. So, yeah, I mean, that's a good perk. But for the most part, no. You may get a little bit of a discount on food and beverage, non-alcoholic beverages at certain restaurants at your property. But if let's just say, for example, I worked at MGM Grand, and me and a bunch of my friends went out to MGM Grand, and my friends acted like a bunch of fools, and security came, and they got in trouble, and they realized I was with them. I could get in trouble. I could possibly be terminated for the behavior of the people that you're with. So, that's a downside too of being up on working in a casino, that if you're out here with some friends and family and somebody has a little bit too good of a time and gets in trouble, you could get in trouble if you're in the property you work at or a property associated with where you work at. So stitch me up, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, you get free food at the employee dining rooms, but they're not. Sometimes the food's really good. Sometimes the food is like trash. It's not very consistent. So this is all the F1 blockage stuff. So you see there's a fence on the outside that's going to protect you if there's an accident on the circuit. Then there's the black fence on the inside, which is keeping pedestrians away from the main barricade. And since we're right by the Hard Rock, we have a third barricade here, which is the overhead protection for the construction that they're doing. Which I'm going to try to, when we get over here, show you guys the other side of the construction here. And then we'll go check out the grandstands at the Venetian, see the progress they're making on those. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, I've had some really good food at the TDR. Sometimes if a new restaurant opens in a property, they'll bring little like box lunches down for the employees to try the new food at the restaurant. You know, now, different casinos may have a little bit more relaxed rules. Like I know some places you're allowed to take off part of your uniform and go up to the food court. Let's see. See what they're bringing up there. No, we might go check that out tonight, Murakami, me and Jay. The hard part about the Venetian, we were just talking about, is the Wi-Fi. So when I go in there and live stream, a lot of times it's very, very choppy.
Are you hungry? Oh, you're at Las Vegas.
Wonder if they're going to bring up some windows. Oh yeah, I think they're going to put some windows in over there. Let's see if we can get a better view and watch them maybe put a window in. Yeah, there was some choppiness yesterday from some people were saying on the live stream. So if you guys are enjoying this live stream, smash that like button for us. Make sure you're subscribing, turn on your notification so that you get notifications when we go live. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are probably my most structured days. This looks like this might be a good area. So you can see, let me try to zoom in. It doesn't zoom as well. I don't know what they're bringing up there. But you can see the guy standing in the window. That's probably one of the windows that they're going to put in next. Just bringing up some material for the roof there, or whatever. Well, not really technically the roof. But I want to see these guys put the window in. You know, I wonder what scent the Hard Rock's going to be. That'll be interesting to find out what scent the Hard Rock's going to be. We'll wait another minute or two for this guy. Wish there was somewhere I could put this down. Let's see, can we put this down right here and still get up there? Let's zoom around and look for them. That's too high. And this one's a little bit more touchy. There we go. Now I don't have to hold it the whole time. All right, you can see that they're hooking the glass up to the little crane thing now. Then they're going to lower that into place. So you see the guy up where there are no windows. There's a couple guys up there hooking the glass panel up. They'll slide that out the window and then lower it down to where the guy is standing in between the windows. It's actually not that bad of a job. They have they're wearing harnesses. They're going to be hooked up on the inside to a wire. A cable. You get used to it, Kristen. I used to do a lot of high work. Scaffolds, windows, exterior framing. It's actually really fun. Once you start getting used to it, it's a really fun job being up there. We actually saw them put the first 2 panels of glass on. Do you guys remember that? On one of our live streams, we saw the first 2 panels of glass go on. We got the TikTok. I got a video on TikTok of that. It may actually be a short on YouTube also. All right, here they go again. We've seen some pretty cool stuff being out so early in the morning sometimes. It already has the scent already. I'll have to look and see if we have that one. Kevin, good morning. Welcome in. We're about to watch them lower a piece of glass into place here at the Hard Rock. T. Michelle, welcome in, welcome in. Allure Nor, that is also, oh, here we go. Allure Nor is also the Cromwell, I believe. Some of the resorts do share scents. Oh, do you hear the bell in the background? That is the bell tower over at Venetian. That's another sound that most people never hear. Nine o'clock. I have not seen anything at the Cromwell changing down in like the casino area. I'm not sure if they're remodeling the rooms or not. I heard they were going to be doing that, probably starting around this time. So those guys are getting paid pretty well. The Glazers out here, I'd have to look into it. They're probably making up in around a 40 an hour. That thing's got to go down like perfectly plumb. There's a track system that holds them together, and then they'll attach it at the top and the bottom. It's a pretty busy job site today. There we go. Let's get that down, guys. Come on. Shaking it a little bit. There's very little tolerance too, as far as like how much space can be left between those. Oh, I know, Jen. So the first one, imagine setting the first one at the wrong location. That throws off everything. There we go. It looks like we got some movement. Sliding down. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be the guy that said, put it here. and be wrong. That's for sure. So when I was coming out of my apprenticeship, I was on a layout crew, and we were laying out all the rooms in a hotel, or not a hotel, an office building. And one of my jobs was to go and do the openings for the doors. How many stories up are they? Just by looking at it, they're probably on what they're gonna call like the 10th or 11th floor. Oh, that one they'll slide in from the outside. It's actually a really weird way to do it, Alan. Oh, what happened there? Of course, right? That's probably a panel that they broke, and they're waiting on a new one. Cool, cool, cool. Saw another one get installed. That is awesome. So that blank one, I guess, where it's like gray, I guess. Well, that one has to get installed probably from the outside anyway, because it's a concrete pillar behind it. But I got to go meet my son now, and I got to get my other kid to the doctor. So I'm going to end the live in a minute here, and we're going to be probably on later on tonight, me and Jay. Let me zoom you guys back out. I can't do that. There we go. So I think me and Jay are going to come out tonight and do some stuff. So I appreciate all you guys. If you guys have not subscribed yet, so take that time to subscribe right now. Smash that like button. Join the Neon City Chatters. That's what you guys are. Our community is called the Neon City Chatters. And oh, they're putting in the outside barrier now. Look at that. How do we miss this now? Geez, there's so much going on today. I know, this morning went by very, very fast. So let's just see behind the truck here so that we can see the barricade that goes down the center of the strip that they're going to do. And there's the grandstands in the back at the Venetian. So I appreciate all of you guys. We will be back up definitely tonight to check in on more of this progress and to have some more fun chatting with you guys. So you guys, thank you all so much. Appreciate each and every one of you.